Throwaway because I don't want to expose my real identity. It happened 2003. My BF at the time asked me to come over one night to hang out, but he was with his best friend this time. My BF told me that his best friend was a virgin and how unfair it was that girls rejected him. I have never been able to listen to Tupac after that night. My BF and his best friend were a part of a big friend group that my sister and I were a part of. I reported what happened to the police and it became a big divider in the group, until a friend of the best friend provided alibi for him from her birthday party that happened that same night. It was good enough to everyone and everyone turned against me and wanted me to drop the charges. Including my sister. 6 months later the best friend overdosed and I was blamed for what happened to him. I was ostracized by everyone including my family. I moved away after the case was dropped shortly after the odd. I woke up about 3 weeks ago to lots of texts and missed calls from unsaved numbers. I found out later that it was my mom and sister and now they believe me because my abuser confessed to everything, in details, and called what he did a curse that haunted him his entire life, haunted him. He wanted me to know that God was on my side and punished him on every single path he took, starting with the death of his best friend. And that he was tired now and couldn't take it anymore. He asked for forgiveness and for me to visit his grave so at least his soul didn't continue to be haunted. I got copies of his letter and video sent to me even by strangers. Not only to me but to my husband and children, none of which knew my past. I don't know what to do now. My husband and children are traumatized and my family is bombarding me to forgive them. They want to meet my children and be a part of their lives. I don't even know if there is anything to forgive. I just want things back to normal before all this came out again. Would I be a bad person if I told everyone I don't want anything to do with them? My mom is apparently sick and is scared she wouldn't have the chance to see me before something happened. All I know is that I could finally listen to Tupac again. Edit. It happened so long ago and I have made a lot of effort to forget as much as I can and I thought I succeeded, but I remember more than I want to admit. Sometimes I don't blame those who didn't believe me. Or at least it helped me move on and rid myself from resentment and understand why they didn't believe me. The alibi was somehow solid. A picture of the best friend and the birthday girl was sent on Messenger and some local chat forums, and the girl was wearing that same outfit from her party. She lived in a nearby town. I don't know if the police ever investigated that photo or alibi. They kind of dropped the charges when the best friend died. There were two abusers, my then BF and his best friend. His best friend died of odd 20 years ago. My BF committed suicide about 3 to 4 weeks ago. Update. 5 months later. I don't know if you remember me. It has been a while and I forgot about my account here. I feel nothing but despair. My mom is very sick. I decided that I didn't want to meet her or any of my family, and yet one Sunday morning they were at my door insisting to go inside. Insisting to see me before she left this world. She cried because I looked old. Not her beautiful girl anymore. Did she expect to meet 20-year-old me? I didn't utter a word and I pushed my sister away when she cried and tried to hug me. They wanted to see my children but I refused. My children were terrified. Now they have been trying everything to make me talk to them. I have tried to report them to the police but they yet again prove themselves to be useless. My children aren't feeling well. We are in therapy, especially my son who doesn't even want to look at me, even now. My daughter is very compassionate but I know that she is as confused and broken, but she has always been the kind that tried to make others feel better. My husband and I are separated. We started having issues. He was angry all the time. He couldn't look at me. He thought that I should have told him when we met but I didn't, and now he felt helpless. He couldn't even touch me anymore. Do you feel repulsed by me? Do I remind you of what happened every time I have touched you? He was going mad, so he said that he didn't want to be with me anymore. I begged him to stay, not only because I love him but because our children, especially our son, is hurting and we need to help him, but he said that separation is better so our son can get a time off from being with me, I suppose, when he lives with his dad. My rapist's wife is suing me for the damage that her husband left me. They have 4 children who are all traumatized by what happened. They still live in my hometown and everyone knows them. Seeing what happened to my children, I feel nothing but sorrow for his children too. None of them asked to be born. The woman who provided the alibi was outed. I heard that she's lost her job and people are harassing her. Even with my past, these past months have been the hardest on me. I cry myself to sleep every night. I have lost everything I care about. I wish he never admitted to anything. He should have let the past be. Story 2. I had a brain injury, and I told my husband I'm not in love with him anymore. Long story short, I was in a car accident. The other driver did a hit and run. Sentencing is taking a lot longer than I expected, but my lawyer said he's probably going to have to do a lot of community service. I ended up needing physical therapy. I had a brain injury and my neuro said that I would have some challenges. I am in PT. One of the things they said I would face is differences in mood and behavior. I haven't been moodier. In fact, my friends and family say I'm basically the same as before but a little slow to get things. But the thing is, I don't love my husband anymore. He feels like a stranger to me. It's not like I'm amnesiac, but I don't feel connected to the memories I have with him. I don't know why I loved him so much. Yes, he's attractive, but he's boring and expects me to worship him. He's also obnoxious and self-obsessed. I feel like I was the one dragging the relationship in the past. I felt like past me was way more in love with him than he was with me. And objectively, I don't know why I should care about him. I don't want to go on dates with him or hang around or do whatever I used to do with him. I've told him I feel a bit disconnected with my memories and past emotions, but I haven't told him that I don't love him anymore. I've talked about it with a psychiatrist and she said this wasn't uncommon among patients. I told my friend and she insisted I should tell him how I feel honestly. Honestly, I may not like my husband, but I feel like that would be cruel. Wibta for telling my husband I don't love him after my TBI? Editor's note: TBI is traumatic brain injury. Update. I talked with my husband. I don't want to hurt his feelings and I wanted to fall back in love with him. I sat him down and told him that I felt disconnected from my own emotions and past with him, that my memories with him like I was reliving a movie, not my own life. He guessed that I wasn't in love with him and he sobbed and begged me not to leave him. It was heartbreaking and I reassured him that I wasn't going anywhere. I wanted to build up my emotions again and reconnect with my past memories about him. So we decided I would go back to the doctors to figure out how I can do that, and in the meantime, we would go on dates where he was trying to win me over again. Some have asked me what kind of behaviors I didn't like. When I was in the hospital, he would always crawl into bed and cram me into the corner. At our date, he talked through the entire movie and had his flash on when he was taking pictures of me. I didn't ask him to take pictures, he just likes taking ugly pictures of me. He complains a lot. When we were at the restaurant, he kept complaining about the food he ordered to the waiter. He pokes me a lot. He also whines. And he made me eat dessert even if I don't want to. And he never stops talking. But I focused on the bigger things. He's very attentive and affectionate towards me, he likes to buy me little gifts that he makes me try, and he was at my side the entire time even if he did get kicked out by the nurses for annoying them. I know I can rely on him to be there for me, which is the most important thing. At the end of the date, we actually slept together for the first time since my accident, which was less than a year ago, but it had been a couple months since I was cleared to have sex. We hadn't really been romantic and intimate, so it really did feel like I was with an annoying best friend, but I wanted to fall back in love with him. We used to be frequently intimate before my accident. This entire paragraph is very embarrassing to write, so please skip if you are like me and easily embarrassed by PDA. He's actually incredible and I swear I fell back in love with him for a few seconds. I honestly am much more inclined to ignore all of his annoying habits or even find them cute. We slept together in the morning too, and the second day of dating went a lot better. I'm not fully in love with him yet and I want to reforge the deeper connection because I know I loved him for a lot more and I do not want my affection for him resting solely on one thing. I've started a journal of all the things I like and love about him. Hopefully it gets filled soon. Edit. To answer a few questions I got, yes, it was a movie theater. The other moviegoers were not happy. This isn't new behavior. He always talked a lot and was in my personal space even before my accident. When I was recovering, the nurses kicked him out for annoying them, but they let him back in after a bit.